I'm Officer Andy Harmon, and this is FPD Roll Call. In this edition, we'll talk about our September and October 2014 crime statistics. We'll cover some upcoming classes, and we'll hear from Elizabeth and Claire as they relay some very important information. Before we get to that, we'll talk about our September 2014 crime statistics. Let's begin. There were 3 robberies reported in the month of September, and they are as follows. On September 12th, in the 1300 block of Dunn Road, on September 20th, in the 2800 block of Parker Road, and September 20th, also in the 2800 block of Parker Road. There were 16 burglaries reported in the month of September, and they are as follows. On September 2nd, in the 13,600 block of New Halls Ferry Road, on September 8th, in the 1700 block of Laven, on September 16th, in the 1600 block of Clover, on September 17th, in the 14,100 block of Sunswept, on September 19th, in the 3,000 block of Santiago, on September 20th, also in the 14,100 block of Sunswept, on September 20th, in the 1100 block of Pennhurst, on September 20th, in the 13,400 block of New Halls Ferry Road, on September 21st, in the 8100 block of North Lindbergh Boulevard, on September 22nd, in the 3200 block of Cross Keys, on September 22nd, in the 1st block of Lynn Meadows, on September 24th, in the 1200 block of Dunn Road, on September 24th, in the 500 block of Holiday Hill, and September 26th, in the 100 block of Lynn Meadows, September 28th, in the 2800 block of Santiago, and finally on September 29th, in the 1st block of Quick Drive. There were 11 motor vehicle thefts reported in the month of September, and they are as follows. On September 1st, in the 1400 block of Stoneberry, September 2nd, in the 1st block of Marquette, September 3rd, in the 1600 block of Zurich, September 4th, in the 2500 block of Morningside, September 6th, in the 1900 block of Woodridge, September 6th, in the 1st block of James J. Egan Drive, September 13th, in the 300 block of Dunn Road, September 14th, in the 500 block of Pelican, September 15th, in the 3000 block of Country, September 20th, in the 3600 block of Hambletonian, and finally on September 23rd, in the 1500 block of Summer Run. There were 55 reported stealings in the month of September, and they are broken down in the following. 16 were shopliftings, 6 were stealings from motor vehicles, 3 were stealings of motor vehicle parts and or accessories, 1 bicycle theft, 6 stealings from vehicles, and the rest, 23, were miscellaneous thefts. And last but not least, there were 11 reported property damages in the month of September. Let's go on to the October crime statistics. There were 5 reported robberies in the month of October, and they are as follows. On October 8th, in the 1500 block of South New Florissant Road, October 13th, in the 1400 block of Zurich, October 13th, the 12,700 block of New Halls Ferry Road, September 25th, in the 13,900 block of New Halls Ferry Road, and October 27th, in the 2700 block of North Highway 67. There were 20 burglaries reported in the month of October, and they are as follows. On October 1st, in the 1200 block of Navajo, October 1st, in the 4000 block of Helmkamp, October 3rd, in the 1200 block of Gahan, October 3rd, in the 1800 block of Charbonnier, October 9th, in the 2900 block of Santiago, October 11th, in the 1400 block of Acredale, October 11th, in the 3800 block of Fairway, October 13th in the 400 block of Hauterschel, October 13th in the 1st block of Lila, October 14th in the 2800 block of Notting Hill Row, October 14th in the 2100 block of Keevan Lane, October 15th in the 3500 block of Parker Road, October 17th in the 700 block of Central Parkway, October 17th in the 2800 block of Notting Hill Row, October 18th in the 1500 block of Mullery, October 18th in the 1200 block of St. Jean, October 20th in the 1st block of Champlain Court, October 21st in the 1600 block of Clover, October 23rd in the 500 block of Marischal, and finally on October 27th in the 1st block of Trinity. There are 2 reported motor vehicle thefts in the month of October, and they are as follows. On October 3rd in the 1300 block of Dunn Road, and October 26th in the 800 block of Charbonnier. There were 68 reported thefts in the month of October, and they are broken down in the following. There were 22 shopliftings, 8 stealings from motor vehicles, 10 stealings of motor vehicle parts and/or accessories, 2 bicycle thefts, 10 stealings from buildings, and the remaining 16 were miscellaneous thefts. I am very excited to pass along some information concerning our next CERT, which stands for our Community Emergency Response Team. Our next basic training is going to be held starting on February 4th. That's a Wednesday, 2015. It's going to be an 8-week-long program. They're going to meet every Wednesday, starting on February 4th from 6:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m., either at the Florissant Police Station or the Florissant Valley Fire Protection District, depending on what class is being held. The first class is going to be held at the Florissant Police Station. This is a great class to educate yourself on how to take care of yourself, your family, and your neighbors in the event of a natural disaster or other emergency. You're going to learn basic skills such as first aid, search and rescue, many other things that's going to help you out. Hopefully you never need this information, but you'll be provided with this information. There's no cost for this class. You can sign up very easily by going to the Florissant Police Department's website at www.florissantmo.com/police to get more information. Hopefully you can join us. I'd also like to pass along some information and remind you about the various social media platforms that the Florissant Police Department uses to get information out. We use Facebook. We have a Florissant Police Department Facebook page. We have a Florissant Police Department Twitter account. We also use Nixle. So, not sure if you're familiar with any of those social media platforms, but if you do use one of those social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, please do find and follow or like the Florissant Police Department for some great information. Nixle is a great program. It's free to everybody who wants to use it. Go to www.nixle.com, enter in your information, and you would then start to have the ability to receive alerts via text message on your telephone, your cell phone, or emails. And we use Nixle more or less for emergency information, to get emergency information such as road closures, or if we have to open up a shelter for a storm or anything like that, we would use Nixle. So all 3 of them are free to the users, and it's a great way to get more information and stay in contact with the Florissant Police Department. So we encourage you to use those various social media platforms. Next, we're going to hear from Elizabeth and Claire from the Neighborhood Watch Notes as they relay some very important information. Please stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Hello, welcome to the Florissant Neighborhood Watch Notes. I'm Elizabeth Bowling, Block Captain with Florissant Neighborhood Watch.
And I'm Claire Heil. I'm also a block captain with the Florissant Neighborhood Watch.
It's a good time of year, Claire, to talk about fall tasks. There are a lot of things that people are used to doing this time of year. We all know we change our clocks with daylight savings time. We change the batteries in our smoke detectors and our carbon monoxide detectors. You may be a better citizen than I and change your filter in your HVAC system, or some people have storm windows and storm doors that they're installing this time of year. But there are other things that we can do to help keep ourselves and our homes secure. One of the most obvious that people don't have to spend extra money on is lighting.
Easy is an easy one.
Wherever we come and go from our homes, at our entry points, most of us have lights. It's a good time of year to remember to change the bulbs in those. And we were just talking, you and I, about some things that can help you save money there.
They have some wonderful dimmable, programmable LED lighting that is very, very nice. It's very economical to use them, but also you can put those on inside the house. They make exterior lighting and interior bulbs that are programmable, but also you can put them on timers, and that's something fairly new, and they're a little bit easier to operate or use and dispose of than the CFL lighting.
Right.
The LEDs are wonderful.
And it saves us money on our electric bills.
Exactly. We feel better about it.
Which alone is a good thing to do. Right. So remember to change your bulbs if you have lighting on the outside of your house where you come and go. Change batteries as well if you have sensors, motion detector sensors, for example, that may have batteries. It's also a time of year with later sunrise and earlier sunset that we may be relying more on our street lights to be aware of our surroundings when we're away from our homes. And here's something that I learned recently. Our city has to pay a flat rate for a street light, whether it's actually operating or not. It's getting paid for. So if you're out and about and you notice a street light or a light in one of our parks that is not burning, we need to let the city know about that so steps can be taken. Turn on the lights, help us be more secure, but our tax dollars are already paying for it, so let's get what we're paying for.
Also, with some of the houses that are for sale in our area, they're not being called in, so when you're driving up and down the street, it's great for security on that block, but it's also a wonderful thing to let the city know that these have to be replaced.
It helps a lot. The number at the street department where you can do that, if you should see one, is 839-7652, and they will come out and take care of it. Yard work. My favorite topic for this time of year. We all need to get out and deal with the leaves, most of us, if we have trees. It's a good time of year to remember to trim your shrubs back around your entryways where you come and go, or around your garage door. A very easy security step that you can take that doesn't cost much except a little time is to keep a clear line of vision from the street or from your neighbors' houses to your door. A lot of people let the shrubs at their doors get a little bit overgrown, and if somebody should decide to make your house a target, that's a great place to hide behind and wait for someone to come. But give those shrubs an extra whack, shape them up a little bit. Privacy is great, but security is even better.
And that's even better for the plants, because that's really how they become healthier, by cutting them back at the end of the year. So you're doing nature a favor also. While we're talking about outside, when we have our yard projects, most people have a shed or a little garage, and it's really very good and smart to get a lock on it, but maybe a second lock. Snow blowers and generators are a big item for people to come in and take from you, and when you need it, they won't be there.
You walk a lot. You mentioned recently that you noticed on a single walk more than one yard shed that was left flapping open.
And so maybe next year you won't have your lawnmower, but right now you may need a generator, snow blower, and other things, and why would you want to replace them? Why would you want to put that on your insurance and call that in? So that's a smart thing, and that's so easy to do. Just go up to Handyman Hardware and get one.
Our good friends at Handyman. Another thing that we use more is our heat, and closing the curtains is a good way to keep heat in, of course, when we start turning the furnaces on in the fall, but it's also a good security measure, another one that doesn't cost us anything. Every time that you are not home and your curtains are left open, or every time that it's after dark and your curtains are open and your lights are on, you're advertising. You are a store window for your home, its contents, your belongings.
Especially in Florissant with the picture windows, we have the
Right.
big screen TVs on the wall, and it
We
says,
do now.
please, 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 let everybody know that I've got the TV on.
We have portable computers that we leave
Right.
all over the house wherever we're using them.
And that shows from the road.
If we have kids who are using gaming systems, gaming systems are a highly attractive, highly portable item, and the portable electronics are a good thing not to let everybody know that you have. Remember to stop a second and pull that curtain before you leave the house, or when it gets dark and you're turning your light on, you're home for the evening and you're turning the heat up. Conserve your energy, but also help to make your belongings a little more secure.
You don't want to share your flat screen TV with anyone.
This time of year, you may be getting door-to-door solicitations. I know I have started getting some from people who want to do lawn service or tree trimming, cleaning my gutters, and that kind of maintenance. There are some basic things to remember about door-to-door solicitors. One of them is simply not to admit strangers to your house. I'm extremely cautious about that. But something else that you and I have learned is, as part of Neighborhood Watch, is it actually requires a license for solicitation in Florissant. If someone is going to go door-to-door soliciting business, there should be a license issued by City Hall. If somebody comes to your house and wants to talk to you about doing work, the first thing you should ask is,
Where's your license?
where is your Florissant solicitation license? Ask to see it. If somebody does not have one, call and let the police department know, because it is illegal to solicit business door-to-door without that license. 831-7000.
Program it in your phone. If you've got only a cell phone, program that in. It's so important.
That non-emergency police number is there for exactly that kind of thing. Also, do not hire workers you don't know or you haven't had recommended to you by a friend. If you don't have friends who can give you recommendations, a really good resource is our city's senior department, which has a list of reputable workers on various kinds of tasks for homework. You can call that office at 839-7604 and see if someone is on the list of recommended workers, or ask for the name of somebody if you need it.
Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, Crate, just different things. You can multitask your checking them out if you wanted to get online and look at it also.
That's true. If you have a computer and you have internet access, there are other ways now to check on people, and I've heard Angie's List is a good one.
I was going to tell everyone that with the real estate market in Florissant right now, since there are a lot of homes for sale, we're noticing so many construction companies out there now, and they'll do a project and they'll go door to door to door to door, and that's just really good to keep an eye on who's doing what, who's working on a house, but also if it's not marked or anything, just be a little vigilant, and if it doesn't look right, call 831-7000, Florissant Police. There's quite a few people out there now in trucks, and we can't be sure if they're contractors or just helping themselves.
We're repeatedly told by our police department, if you have any doubts, any questions, something simply doesn't seem right,
Give
pick
them
up
a
the
call.
phone and call. Let them find out what's going on. That's what they're there to do. If we're out working in our yards, which I should be, and will be soon, I'm sure, one of the things to remember to do is lock your doors, take a set of keys with you, take your cell phone with you. Anytime you're out of eyesight of an entry point in your house, or you just get distracted, even if you're right there in the same area, you're not fully aware of who's coming and going. It's very easy for people to come up on you unawares, possibly enter the house, especially if you step around the corner. That's such an easy step to take.
But I was going to also point out that right now is a good time to reevaluate where you have the extra key. With all the foliage gone, rocks or whatever, now you may want to really look at that. If you can see it easily, so can someone else, and help themselves to your extra key.
And
if
some
you have
methods
one.
are really pretty well known now. I think everybody knows the look of the fake rock. Obviously,
Resin rocks.
Don't want to leave it under the flower pot, which is a famous one, or right over the door. No, you want to be a little more creative and a little more secretive than that with your extra key. Keep your garage door closed while you're working in the yard is another good one. A lot of people, I find, even in my own neighborhood, they open the garage door, they pull out whatever equipment they're looking for, but then they take it to the side yard or the backyard. They're working for an extended period. Anybody can walk up to your garage. Anything that's portable. Tools. You might have bikes in the garage, you might have sporting equipment in the garage. Anything that's in there that somebody can walk off with, you have to buy a replacement for.
Right.
It's so easy to hit the garage door and close it down when
And
you
it's
walk
access
away.
to your home then. Also,
This is true.
you also have access to the main part of the home.
In a lot of the houses that are built in Florissant,
They're
not
attached.
all of them, but many of them have that inner door, which is often not kept locked and often is built of a lighter weight material
Sure.
and therefore easier to breach. So it's a good step for keeping people from getting into your house when you don't want them to. In general, with daylight savings time, we're all shocked by how short the day seems. Something we need to be more aware of is just who's around us and where we are. We have more dark to contend with. So remembering to park in well-lit areas, to be aware as we come and go from our cars, who's around us, the general alertness.
Also, eliminating use of the cell phone when you park. When you're walking down the
Exactly.
street, you're really not aware. You're either conversing with someone or,
It's true.
or you're not paying attention. With the real estate market in Florissant too, we have a lot of new people moving in. They're not the same old faces that we've always been
Yes.
accustomed to. So it's really just good to be aware of what's going on around us.
Vacant homes are a good topic. Some of them are getting moved into, and that's terrific. The market does seem to be moving a little bit, but some of us still have vacant homes that are for sale or that have simply been foreclosed on and are sitting without someone tending to them. I personally don't mind being a good neighbor. I try to keep an eye out on those properties if I'm walking to see if anything has changed. And I do stop and pick up the occasional piece of
newspapers.
litter or the occasional newspaper that's been left in the driveway, or something else that gets left a lot now at doors is the phone books from various sources. I don't mind stopping and doing that periodically. If you have a property in your area, though, that's a problem, the obvious source to call is your realtor if the property is for sale. I know you said that you have done that.
We've done that. We've called and said, you may want to keep the outside lights on all
Right.
night. There's a one behind us now that has left the lights on all night. The other day, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there was 15 teenagers in the backyard just peering in the windows, which was interesting. But if you have your lights on and interior and exterior, you're fine. So that's a good thing to do.
Right. And if you notice, for example, that the contractor who's been doing the yard work for the realty company isn't doing a good job, give that
Right.
realtor a call,
Right.
because that realtor is not there every day either.
One good thing is if you have in your neighborhood people with many cars or many vehicles, ask if they can park one of the extra cars in the vacant lot driveway.
And if you have a property with an unresponsive realtor or nobody apparently in charge, call the City Health
Sure.
Division, 839-7655. Well, we've covered a lot of good information for the season, Claire, and I know we wish everybody a safe and a happy fall. Stay tuned for more on FPD Roll Call.
Bye.
In closing, I just want to thank all of you as we're coming into the Thanksgiving holiday season. The Florissant Police Department, we're thankful to all of you, our residents, who are there every day to support us, to report suspicious activity as is occurring, report crimes as is occurring. As everyone is aware, the St. Louis region, we've had some very stressful times lately, and the law enforcement in general has as well. And we thank you for your continued support and your words of encouragement that you've sent to the Florissant Police Department. And like I've always said, if you have that gut feeling that if something's not right, please do give us a call. Call us at 831-7000. In a non-emergency, call us at 911 if you have an emergency. Please always check back with our website for more information on various programs at www.florissantmo.com/police, or check out those social media platforms I talked about, Facebook, Twitter, and please do sign up for Nixle for those emergency alerts that we may have to send out from time to time. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. I'm Officer Andy Harmon, and this was FPD Roll Call.